Hello and welcome to Eldritch Entertainment and the Amethyst Dragonfly assembly video for your new castle DM screen. So there's 3 ways to order your castle. You can order it completely done, painted, assembled, everything, so it will show up thusly and you're just ready to put it together and play. You can order it pre-assembled but not painted, and it will show up basically like this, minus it'd be finished, but basically like this, but unpainted, so you're ready to paint it. Or you can order it unassembled and assemble it yourself. And this is a video showing you the quickest, easiest way to assemble this yourself. So when you get started, the best thing to do is to lay out all your pieces. Your walls just go together like this, so you can really quickly put them together and set them aside. You can either glue these parts on or leave them off. It's really up to you. If you're going to be taking it a lot of places and you don't want these to get broken, you can leave it unassembled and just put them on. Take them off to pack it, and then put them back on, when you get to your destination. It's really just up to you. So it'll arrive like that. And so it's up to you. You can glue these on though if you prefer. Because it's actually pretty easy to pack it with these pieces on. It just depends on, your personal preference. So there's that. And so really the hardest piece to deal with is going to be your dice tower. And there's a couple of things that you'll want to do. First, you are going to lay it out how it's going to be put together. So this is the back panel, and you can see it has the cutting on one side and not on the other. So this is the inside of your box, and this is the outside. And this is the 2 side panels. And the important thing to remember on these is that these slots can go different ways, and you want to make sure to set it up so that your bottom piece will, the dice will fall out like so. So you want to make sure these are angled correctly before you start putting it together. So let's go ahead and get started. So the best way to do it is you put your front and your back aside for now, and you just have your 2 side pieces. So you turn that one over, and this is your bottom piece, and it does say bottom on it, so you just make sure it goes in this way. So you got your glue here on your toothpick, and just kind of glop it on there. This is going to be in the interior, so if it's a little messy, it's okay, although I still try to keep it. So let's see, bottom. So it's going to go that way. And the best way is just to go ahead and put your little interior dividers all on, and then you're going to put your other side on it once you have these pieces in. It's just going to make it a lot easier. It can be a little bit fiddly. Even with some practice, I still have to kind of mess with it. It's not hard, it's just, you just have to get it lined up properly. So you just kind of go along and put each of your pieces in. And I just go ahead and put glue on both sides. You could just put it on one and then put the glue down after you've got all the pieces. It's just up to you. So here's the part that's a little bit fiddly. So this is your one side and this is the other. So you need to attach this one like so. And so you kind of have to go up and get each piece to slot in. And it can be just a little fiddly. Sometimes it drops right in, and other times you kind of have to monkey with it. So there it goes. It dropped in. So I'll pick it up and show you So I'm just kind of get some of that loose glue. So there's your dice tower. You can see where the dice comes through and it'll come out the front. And so now we're going to add our front and our back. The best way to do that is you just kind of set it down. I'm going to do the back first just because it gives it a little more stability. Kind of glop your glue along there, thusly. Get it all along there so you get a good tight fit. And once again, you know, this is kind of in the tower, so you don't have to be as neat on the inside because you can't really see it. So then make sure your printed side is out, and then you just kind of, oh, see, it pulled apart. So you're going to demonstrate to you guys how fiddly it can be. Well, okay. Let's start it. All right. So we get our side pieces on. It usually doesn't happen. Of course, it's going to happen when I'm on video. Okay. Just a little more glue. At that time to kind of, oops. Don't make that mistake. Almost put it on the front instead of the back. I noticed. You have a few minutes with wood glue. If you leave it too long, it can be pretty tough to pop back off. There we go. Set that in. That went a little better. And there you can see the sort of internal structure of what you're going to have with the back on. And we'll do the same thing with the front. Put your bead of glue. And this is just regular old wood glue. Get it in any store. And once again, make sure your printed side is out. And then just drop that right in. Now, you're going to want to go along and kind of get your glue off. And this is also a good time. Get your rubber bands out. And wrap this sucker up. I'm gonna, I can get this one up to the middle there. So that it holds that part together. There we go. Alright. And so the best thing is to kind of let this dry for a little while. You know, so it's nice and tight. But we can go ahead and put these crenellations on. So the way these work, so you'll see carved on here a little A or a little B, and then you'll see on the back of here a little A or a little B. And so you're just going to want to line those up, make sure it's not sticking out, because then you have that visible, although you could sand it off pretty quickly. And then you're just going to put a little bit of glue in here. And this is all just decorative. You don't actually need it for this to work. It just gives it that more finished look that we're going for. And so your bag will come with a bunch of these little guys. And you can see it's got the straight edge here and then your curved edge here. And you're going to want it like this so that your curved edge is facing down. And that way, you know, it just slots right in and looks a lot better visually. And so you just drop that in. And I'm actually going to demonstrate this on the tower that's already mostly put together because it's a little more stable and dry at the moment. So that's an A, so I'm going to want to get my A piece. And my toothpick broke, but it still works. Just get a little glue on here. It doesn't really have to be a lot. Just kind of spread it out real thin, and that way it doesn't like glop out on the sides. So you kind of line them up. You can see the little slots line up with these little cutouts. So it just goes like that. And so you get your little pieces, put a little glue on them, and drop it in. And repeat that 4 more times. You kind of loose until you get it totally done. And then just be sure to kind of squeeze it down nice and tight. Oops, it fell down. It's okay. Sometimes what can go wrong will go wrong. But luckily, it's all pretty forgiving. There we go. Slot that right in. And so that one is mostly done. And so now we'll go over our side pieces, and that is where you put, that holds these slots in, and also gives the whole thing a little more stability. And so you'll have a little stack of these pieces, and it's just real easy to put them on. Although I have to use my band to do so. That's why it's best to wait until it's pretty much dry before you do this part. And it'll stay on. And you just get me some more glue. Glue's getting kind of dry. There we go. So you just kind of put it down the edge just like you've done everything else. Spread it out nice and thin, and this of course is on the outside, so try to be a little thinner with it so it doesn't glop out in your look. And then just slots right in. 1, 2, 3. Real easy. And then you just put the other one right here. And one thing I tend to do is, because it does have a little bit of floppiness to it, is if you just set one of your extra pieces in, because you'll have a few extra of these and some extra of these, and if you just kind of put a piece in and set it while it's drying, it'll keep it, you know, at your right, because you want it, see this one's a little flared, so you want it kind of like that instead of way out, or even worse, like too close like that where you can't slide it in. So that's how you do the towers. And then we'll just go over the front gate real quick. So this is just basically two parts. It's your crenellation and your 3D door. And this is, just takes a second to get this one on because all we do is kind of spread some glue on here. Nice and flat. And whoops. And it lines right up to cut here. It just gives it a little bit of a 3D detail. Just kind of press it down so that it stays on. You can clamp it if you want, but I haven't really found it to be necessary. It just kind of stays right on. Make sure it's flat. It doesn't stick out below here. And then same thing with your crenellation. Just kind of come down it with your glue. You can either do it on the castle itself or on the crenellation. I'll just kind of do this because it'll be a little easier right now. Don't go too far out though because it doesn't go all the way to the end. So there's that. And then same as you did with the tower, you just kind of line it up. With your little cuts here. And same little pieces. You come along and put your glue and drop those on. Alright, we did a little bit of a fast forward while we got everything glued into place, and here is your finished but unpainted product. Of course you can leave it like this if you choose, or you can go with the fully painted version. Alright, and here is your finished, fully painted modular DM screen. Real quick and easy to take apart. Just and you are good game. So thanks for joining me on my how to put your dungeon screen together, and I hope you enjoy it. Have a great night.